holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy. I am open. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Let's sing that one again. Get a little more open. I am open. I am open. There we are. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open. Yeah, yeah. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Let's know it for each other. You are open. You are open. I know that you are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. You are open. I know you are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. Say hi to your neighbor with.
Isn't it? So glad you're here today. I want to invite you to, let me just say welcome again. If you are new to us, thank you for being here. We want you to know that wherever you are on your journey, whoever you are welcome here. We love you, we appreciate you, we embrace you, and we're so glad that you chose to spend part of your Sunday morning with us today. What a great group we have this morning. I want to invite you to say with me our vision and mission statements, which are up here on the banner. So I'm hiding it from you guys. Our vision is, we are a vibrant, nurturing, loving community, welcoming and inspiring all on their spiritual path. And our mission is, we foster the experience of oneness, peace, love, and joy through inspiring Sunday services, classes, workshops, and loving service to the community. And before I invite Ann up to do our announcements, I just want to let you all know that some of you are aware, know the Oxboroughs, Clyde and Dorothy. And you may not yet know that Clyde is in the process of making his transition. He is in the hospital. And so I want to just take a moment. We have the seats here that they're usually used to sit in when they came on Sundays. And so I'll hold Clyde in our hearts for a moment. Just breathe into your heart. Clyde and Dorothy, actually, knowing that this transition is peaceful. This transition is moving into and through love. And knowing that Clyde is the very essence of love. Knowing that that love that is the very essence of who he is eternal. And knowing that that love that radiates through him as him is comforting and protecting and bringing peace to Dorothy as she moves through this time of transition as well. And we hold the entire family in our hearts and minds in love and light. And we see this process just flowing beautifully, easily as it possibly can, knowing that there is only love, and that love is eternal. So we celebrate that, we know that, and we just see it, and we know it is true. We know the truth of this. And together let us proclaim, and so it is. So I want to invite Ann up to share a few things with us this morning.
Thank you, Reverend David. Well, I planned to be all yippity-skippity this morning, but now I have tears in my eyes. As Clyde makes his transition, we lose one of our wisdom keepers. We lose one that's been with us since before I have, and I've been around too long. Not too long, been around a while. But so I'm not as yippity-skippity as I might want to be. But again, really a special welcome to those people that are here for the very first time. And we'd like you to come back. And to encourage you to come back, we ask that you pick up a welcome packet at the desk where you came in and complete that little card in there, which will give us your contact information. We will then be able to send you our once weekly e-blast announcement about what's happening around here. And I'm really glad everybody has gotten their Advent calendars and opened it today, and it said, go to church. So glad you're here. And if I could just give a round to Janice Tabaka again this week for a beautiful altar. I believe Janice is going to be gracing us with altars all month, and I'm willing to lay a wager that they won't be the same any 2 Sundays. It takes teamwork. We know that here at CSL Parker. It absolutely takes teamwork. And as part of a team, look at our Christmas giving tree. We adopted 2 families through the Parker Task Force. Each family, including pets, put tags on that tree for gifts that each member of the family wanted, and each gift has been satisfied. However, I have one gift that we don't know who to give it to. We don't know what it is or which family. So if this came from your household, I'm going to put it back over there, but please let Sissy Alverson know, or where'd he go? Dave. Dave, way back there in the back, so that we can make sure that this gift gets where you intended it to go. And speaking of fulfilling and adopting, CSL Parker's animal ministry has adopted Trevor's Animal Rescue right here in Parker. They are a low overhead, no-kill rescue. Yes, no-kill meaning they take pets that are in jeopardy of being put down, and they place them in either foster or temporary homes or permanent homes. They do this with no office, very minimal overhead, so every dollar you give to them goes directly towards supporting this effort to operate in the Parker area to help operate as no-kill philosophy. You can go to their website, which is Trevor's with an apostrophe, trevorsanimalrescue.com, where you may give a cash donation, or you may select a Chewy gift. And you may go over to our giving tree and you will see a basket with a little kitty in front of it. And you can give your cash or check donation right here, right now, before you forget about it. So thank you very much from Trevor's Animal Rescue and from our animal ministry. Today, the men's ministry will meet right after service, get a little bite to eat, and then the men's ministry will meet here. And Dr. Vern wants to tell us a few things about his upcoming workshop.
Thank you, Ann. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's this coming Saturday, and we are going to be able to have a faith lift that I'll be performing, and it will be painless. However, I must warn you that I've been getting quite a bit of divine guidance on this, and where it's going, I'm a little bit surprised about. So we're going to probably get a new definition for faith out of this. Now, a few logistical items. So several of you have been saying, why the heck are you having it from 11:15 to 1:15? And the reason is, well, we tried to get the Parker Library. We had it all signed up. Jeanette was doing some great work with them, and they didn't put us on the calendar. And so that was going to be at 9 a.m., Then we got the rec center. What's that called again? Creekside Rec Center. And their only time available was 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and they won't let us in the door till 11. So we're going to start it at 11:15. We need help. Dan Eichenberger has agreed to orchestrate the setup. And if you can assist, that would be so wonderful, because we only have 15 minutes to get the show on the road. Now, it's sort of a weird lunchtime thing, so if you want to bring snacks or food, please feel free to do that. We will not set up tables, but we will have some nice comfy chairs for you. And so food's okay. And I think that's all I want to say about it, except it is a complimentary workshop. It is my gift back to this community. And we have about 10 spaces available. So if you would like to do it, please go to csoparker.org and go to classes. I think it's under classes. Right, Hans? And just jot your name down that you're coming, because I am preparing handouts for it, and it helps me to know how many to prepare. That's it. It's so wonderful to see all of you. What a great crowd today. Beautiful. Okay, where's Ann? All right, back to you, Ann.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Vern.
Dr. Vern.
And speaking of education, our new spring curriculum is out. It's on the education table back there. If you haven't already, be sure and pick that up and target the classes that you're most interested in coming after the first of the year. And don't forget your practitioners. We love to pray. We have a prayer box in the back. You can fill out a prayer request, and that request will be shared with all of us, and we will pray on your request this week. We also are available for prayer after the service. Over here, there are a couple of chairs set up. We have 2 practitioners officially on duty today. We have Jeanette Bennis and Luann Hillisland, and any practitioner who is wearing a stole is available and delighted to pray with you. So don't forget about us. We love you. We want to celebrate with you. Thank you.
And so now I want to invite Jeanette Bennis, who is our practitioner of the day, to share a reading and a prayer with us.
Morning, everyone. Our reading for today is from 365 Days of Richer Living by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, and Raymond Charles Barker. The reading is titled, Having Received Light, I Pass It On to Others. The light of truth is within me, and I release it in every thought and feeling. The light of God has always been in me, yet only lately have I realized what it was. I know now that it is the divine using me as a center of perfect operation. I know that it is the truth which I have sought and now found. I know that it is my highest self and that I am it right here in my present circumstances. God in me at this moment illuminates my whole consciousness, and I am free of all untruth. Alerted to the light, I give this light to others. Let's just absorb that for a minute. Alerted to the light, I give this light to others. Every word I speak is a light to everyone. Every thought I think is a treatment to all whom I know. The light of truth cannot be dimmed. I may not see it some of the time, but it remains within me, awaiting my recognition. This light is the light of my world. As I look out at my environment, I am looking through the eyes of light. I see all things clearly, easily, and normally. Through my eyes, the light of God flows out, and healing appears everywhere. I see only the good, the true, and the eternal. I see God in every man and love in every heart. Others see this light in me and rise to new heights of accomplishment. They see truth made manifest, the one mind releasing itself. By their sight of God in me, they are healed physically, mentally, and financially. There is a radiance that shines from me, for God's healing light is the true light of my soul. There are no dark corners in my thinking. Memories of the past, actions of the present, and hopes of the future are all exposed to this light and are cleansed. The wrong is erased and the right is amplified. I am immersed in lights, and true perception is mine. I see God everywhere. I see God in everyone I meet. I see God in the little and the great. Omnipresence is manifested to me. Having received the light, I now pass it on to others. Please join me in prayer. As we go within, we take a moment to feel and recognize that light. That light that we call God, the Spirit, the divine, the life. Whatever it is that we choose to call it, we know that it is the essence of the divine. And I know that for each and every person here today, that light of the divine just fills everyone's hearts, fills everyone's souls, just fills everyone's inner being. We feel that light in our heart. We feel that burning love in our hearts. And we just allow that to fill us. We also send that light of love out to the world, out to one another. We know that that light is who we are. And we are one. We are one with that divine presence. That divine presence of love. And so as we shine that light out to the world, we bless those that are not here with us today. We especially send that light of love to our beloved Dorothy and Clyde. We know that they are surrounded by that light of love, and that it provides them with the peace, with the strength that surpasses all understanding. And I hear that sound of the divine. I hear that sound of the divine saying, yes, yes to life, yes to love, yes to each and every one of us that are here today. We know that love just simply surrounds us. So I just give great, great thanks for everyone that is here today, for everyone's love, for this amazing and beautiful community, for Reverend David's message. I know that it reaches each and every one of us and that it touches our hearts. It provides us with everything that we need. Give thanks for our musicians, for our practitioners, for all of our volunteers that put their hearts into making this community what it is. A community that is just filled with love, filled with light, filled with peace. And so for this and so much more, I give thanks. And please feel that gratitude in your heart, feel that love in your hearts. As we ground this prayer, we ground it by declaring, and so it is, amen.
surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free as I continue walking in this mystery. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. I am stronger every moment, every day. I am grateful every moment, every day.
So I invite you to settle in and breathe into that place deep within your heart. And with a breath, just allow yourself to surrender into that light that is at the very core of your being, right here, right now. Recognizing that it is that light of the divine. That which I am, you are. That which is the very essence of what you might call your true nature, your Christ nature, your I am. It is the light of God. And as you surrender into that, knowing that I am the light of God, I am the light of the world, I am that light, allowing that light, the awareness of that light to expand with every breath. Allow the light of that awareness to expand into your mind. Allow the light to be the source of the healing of any doubt, any worry, any fear. As much as possible, whatever you're willing and ready to let go of, allow the light to do its work, recognizing it is not the limited idea of who I am, of I, that does the work. It is that which is within me, as me, the Christ, the light, the truth, that shines brightly, that is the source of all healing, that is the source of all releasing. And as we breathe into it, surrender into it, allow that light to move through every aspect of your being. It is the light that heals every cell of the body. It is the light that heals any emotional conflict or resentment or guilt or whatever might be held in the energy field of the emotional body. And so we allow the light, we breathe into the light, we surrender into the light, and allow the center, that light at the center of our being to radiate through every aspect of who we are. Our bodies, our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our perceptual bodies, our mental bodies, every aspect of that energy field that is the very essence of our awareness in this moment. I surrender. I allow the light to be the source of healing, to be the source of releasing. Because I know that light is the only truth. And as I allow that, I am stronger every day. I am stronger in my awareness, in my conviction, in my knowing with every breath. So as we spend just a short time in silent contemplation and reflection, I invite you to more fully and completely surrender to the light. Surrender your doubts, surrender your fears, surrender your worries, surrender any imbalance in your body to the light. Knowing it is your greatest and highest good.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. I will surrender. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. Release any fear. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. For I am stronger every moment, every day.
So as you breathe into that awareness, breathe that awareness, ground it all the way down through the bottom of your feet and every cell of your body and every aspect of your being. I am the light. I surrender. And as we close this prayer, let us say together, and so it is.
I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 Oh, I am light. I am light. I am not the takes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. Oh, I am light. I am light. Sing with me. I am light. I am light. One more time. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside. My soul is light. I am light. Let's sing this together. I am light. 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 I know that I am light. I am light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, John. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate you all. So last year, about this time, I was gifted a book. Vern, are you here today? Yeah. Vern gave me a copy of this little book called All Creation Waits. And the author of the book, Gail Boss, are you familiar with the book, anyone? She wanted a different way to approach at the Advent season. She wanted to give her children a different way of approaching the Advent season. And what she did was create this beautiful book, and every day of Advent, she talks about an animal and an animal's preparation for winter, and how the animals have to prepare themselves for the cold, for the darkness, for going within. And it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful reminder of how connected we are to the animals and how connected we really are to the earth. And that's one of the things that she brings up in the book at the introduction to the book is this Advent season that is part of the Christian liturgical calendar. Those of you who are steeped in that tradition, or maybe had that tradition as you were growing up, the Advent season, and she talks about how the Advent season, Christianity embraced this season of Advent, but it really goes back to what we might call more pagan traditions. Now, we're not talking about pagan in a derogatory way, but pagan in that it's not necessarily related to a particular religion or spiritual path, but it's practices that people engaged in who were more connected to the earth. And people, I wouldn't say were, people who still are more connected to the earth. And like she's talking about with the animals and observing nature, and how in our ancestors were dependent upon the earth. They were dependent upon the seasons. They watched the seasons, and as they celebrated their harvest, they were agricultural people, right? So they had to grow their own food. They had to gather their food, just like these animals have to gather their food and supplies for the cold winter, because they have to. It was their survival. They didn't get to go to King Super and get their groceries during the winter like we do, right? And so they would celebrate the harvest at the end of the growing season. They would gather the harvest, they would put it in storage, and they would celebrate. But also, as she talks about, even beneath that celebration, there was also this little bit of fear, this little bit of doubt, because they would watch the sun as it would continually go closer and closer to the horizon. And the days would get shorter, and the nights would get longer. And they were worried. Even though in years past, the sun had come back, there was still some doubt or worry. Will it happen again this year? Will we really have another growing season? Will we really be able to survive another year? And so there was that underlying fear that's there. And when they watch the sky, and as the sun begin to rise higher and higher, and then like with winter solstice, right, comes up at this year. I mean, it comes up every year. It happens every year. Around the 21st, I think, the sun begins to rise just a little bit, and so they watch the sky, and then they celebrate the sun. The light returns. And so the light returns. And so as we look at this season, we look at what it really says to me in many ways is that because it really is ingrained in some way in our DNA, this experience of our ancestors. That the days begin to get shorter and the nights begin to get longer, and we worry, maybe. And what's interesting about it to me is that we don't watch the sky. It's not about watching the sky, but it's about what we know is that there is some light within us. We seek within us to find the light, to make it through the darkness. The physical darkness, we don't worry so much about anymore, do we? We're able to light. We're able to light our houses. We're able to light, and we know and we trust, and we know that somewhere that light is going to show up and we're going to be fed. But we all go through times of this human experience of darkness, what we might call darkness. Whether that's an illness that shows up in our bodies, whether that's a loss of someone who's been dear and important to us in our lives, in the lives of our community, and the lives of our personal lives. We might have the loss of a job, but it's part of the human experience, is it not? To go through those times when we experience darkness. But what we know and what we trust and what we know is that in that time of darkness, there is light. That this too shall pass, but even in the knowing of that, sometimes we're not quite sure. I'll be telling you, I had this experience this past week where I was not feeling well. I had a cold or something going on. I was achy. I had fever. I had all that stuff going on. So you may want me to back up even further from you right now. But have you had an experience? I know this wasn't the flu, but I've had the flu and I thought, oh my God, is this it? Is this what's going to kill me? Am I really going to survive this? You know, have you ever had an experience in your life? That's a very simple example. But an experience in your life where something seems so dark, you think, I don't know if I'm ever going to find the light. And I think that's what this Advent season really is about. And so many, I love that Janice created this altar today because so many of the traditions, the spiritual and the religious traditions are so tied to this. So tied to this experience of being connected to nature and the light and the dark. And as I love that we have the symbol of the sun here because that's a great symbol of the solstice that we celebrate. Physical light returning to the earth. And I think sometimes we don't honor that, do we? We kind of move right past it. I know there's some traditions that celebrate the solstice, but do we really allow ourselves to celebrate that and to be in the darkness of that and to go into the darkness of that and to allow this season of Advent to be a season of reflection and wonder and curiosity and allowing ourselves to truly just be and to know that the light is within us and that light is eternal and that light dawns and the light will bring us through whatever darkness we might be experiencing. Today, as a matter of fact, for many Buddhists, is a celebration of Bodhi Day. The day when Siddhartha gained enlightenment. Sitting under the Bodhi tree, he gained enlightenment. And so many Buddhists celebrate December 8th as that day. So other Buddhists tie the day, and it changes every year. It's more tied to the lunar calendar. And so it shifts a little bit, kind of like the Christian Easter celebration or Hanukkah. It moves according to a different calendar. But when you think about that, is that, oh, well, maybe it was this day, maybe it wasn't this day, but why did they choose this day? It's all about this season, right? It's all about the season of darkness and light. I have this idea. I've never really studied Buddhism that much, but I always had this idea that one day Siddhartha goes out from his palace, he goes into the world, he decides he's going to sit under the Bodhi tree, he sits under the Bodhi tree, and all of a sudden, wham, he's enlightened. That was my idea that I had about that. What I understand now is that, yes, he left his home, he left his opulence of his life. He was born into a royal family, right? So he did not understand the suffering, the darkness of the world. Now, I'm using the word darkness, but I want you to understand, I'm talking about suffering. I'm talking about the things that people go through every day. He didn't understand that, and so he decided to leave that and go out into the world, experience that for himself, practice a life of asceticism, and then he found the middle way, and he meditated. But what is important about that, too, is to recognize that he didn't just sit there one day and become enlightened. He sat there and he faced his own darkness. He faced his own illusions. He invited in the darkness. And it was in inviting in the darkness that he was able to find the light within him, to go out and to face whatever happens in the world. It's not about being separate from that darkness. It's not about being apart from it. It's about finding that which was within us that allows us to be a part of the world and bring light to the world. And remember, he moved away from the world at first. That came apart for a while to find that light within himself. And I don't know about you, but the way that Advent season happens in our culture today, there's a whole lot of things that can distract us. A whole lot of things in the world that want to distract us. from the darkness. There's a whole lot of things in the world that want to distract us from the light within us. There's a whole lot of things in the world that want to say the light is out there. The light is not out there. The light is right here. And so the light is always here within us. And our opportunity is to not avoid whatever might be showing up as darkness in our lives, but to find the light and the strength in order to move through it. Because what we see, we might perceive there's a lot of darkness in the world. But our light is within us. You also know that, probably know that Hanukkah is celebrated this time of year as well. It's a festival of lights in the Jewish tradition. And that also moves around. In fact, this year it's on the same day as Christmas. It begins the same day as the Christian tradition, Christmas. But it is a celebration of light. It is a celebration of the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. That the war against the Greeks who would invade and try to force the Jews to worship their gods and take over the temple, and the Maccabean War that lasted 3 years, right, until they could recapture the temple and relight the candle, relight the flame. But they thought they only had enough oil for 1 day, but that oil lasted for 8 days. 8 days. So they celebrate that miracle of light that happened. And so what I want to invite us into, and what I'm inviting myself into during this Advent season of light, is to use that as an opportunity for me and for us to rededicate ourselves as a temple. As the temple of the light of the divine. That we can rededicate ourselves and know that those resources, the light, the represented by the oil of that lighted the lamp for 8 days, is always within us. That light is eternal. And can we use this time to rededicate ourselves to that? To set a clear intention. I am the light of the world. I let my light shine. And when I say that, what comes to me really is, I let the light shine. I like the light of God that is showing up as me shine in the world. And it's an opportunity, I think, to recognize that we can rededicate ourselves as the temple. And then, of course, we have the Christian tradition, which is represented here by Jesus knocking at the door. Again, we recognize that Jesus wasn't born on December 25th, probably. But why did Christianity choose that particular time of year? The light. It's a solstice. The pagan traditions of celebrating the light returning, the light in the darkness. So Jesus, in Christianity, was the bearer of the light. I want to read... I was reminded of the first chapter of John, actually the first chapter, the first verses in the book of John, the Gospel according to John. And many people believe that John, the book of John, is the book of the cosmic Christ. Because John talks about Jesus as the Christ consciousness. If you read John and you read the words that are spoken, that are attributed to Jesus in the book of John, read them as if it is the Christ consciousness speaking through what he perceived as Jesus. But he says, or whoever wrote it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I'm going to change this to say, light was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through light, and without light, not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him, Jesus, was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overtake it. And so what I think he's saying there, and what we interpret him to say is that the light that Jesus exampled, or we believe Jesus exampled, was not unique to Jesus. It is the light that enlightens everyone. The light that enlightens everyone is the light of the divine. The light that enlightens you and me is the same light that would have enlightened Jesus. It is the same light that would have enlightened the Buddha, Siddhartha. It is the same light that enlightens all great teachers and masters. And so it is the light that we get to claim, we get to know, we get to shine in the world, in our own lives. Whatever we might perceive as the darkness that might be occurring within our own lives, whatever might be occurring in our own families, our own communities, or what might be occurring in the world that we perceive as darkness, our opportunity is to bring the light of the divine to it, not avoid it. But how do we do that, right? I mean, I was reading again from Dr. Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, religious science. And again, I'm going to substitute a word. He says, we are not in it, we are not in the light, or of the light, or with the light, we are the light. If that is true, our future evolution will only be as we perceive that light in the darkness until the darkness isn't there. Only as we accept that divine individuation, that there is within me that which is already complete. And I'm going to change that as well. That is, there is that which is me that is already complete. I am the Christ. I am the Buddha. I am the I am. I am the temple. I am the one who is here at this time and this place to bring forth the light into the world. The light has come. You are that light. Aristotle said the true nature of anything is the highest it can become. Everything has already been given to us. We are simply revealing the perfection which is already present. And then from the Science of Mind text, page 183, he says, light has the power to overcome the darkness, not by combating darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. So our opportunity is to embrace the light that we are. So I invite us to use this time of Advent, which really means an appearance, an arrival. That's what Advent really means. To allow this season of Advent to be a time for us to recognize the arrival of the light of God, the light of the divine that is each of us. And to know that light is eternal. The darkness cannot overcome it. And it is already here. Not something we have to wait for. And to use that light, that power, to face whatever darkness might appear. And so as you allow the shopping and the parties and the lights, just check in with yourself. Am I allowing that to distract me? Or am I allowing it to remind me Am I allowing it to distract me from the other stuff, my light, or the darkness of the world even? It's not about avoiding the darkness. I think sometimes that's what we get when, in our teaching, that somehow we're supposed to be above it. But it's not about avoiding it. It's about finding the middle way, as the Buddha would say, right? There's darkness, there's light. Can I bring the two together and be the light in the darkness? So let's take a moment, take a breath, breathe into your own light once again. I am light. As our practitioners stand to encircle us with light, I invite them to breathe into that light, to allow the light to be radiating out into the space, into this circle. As we each claim our own light and know that the light that you are has the power to light, to ignite the light that might be dimmed within others. So we come together in community as the celebration of Kwanzaa celebrates. Community, oneness, unity. The celebration of who we are as human beings, who we are as divine beings. As we light the light that brings us together as one family, one community, celebrating our true heritage as individuated expressions of light, of source, of love. And so we hold that for ourselves, knowing as we rededicate ourselves to being that light, knowing as we move through daily activities in the world that we bring light and know that others are drawn to that light. We share that light, shine that light. And so as we claim it, we know it to be the truth of us. We know we are light. And so say with me together, I am light. I am light. Again, I am light. Again, I am light. And so it is. Amen. So thank you. I apologize, I almost forgot Kwanzaa, so I was glad I could roll it in at the end. So it's great to honor those traditions of our brothers and sisters and those who celebrate in different ways the light coming into the world and the light that is within ourselves. So now is the time when I would invite our ushers to prepare to receive our offering this morning. If we have ushers, I'm not, oh, there you are. Would somebody else like to be an usher today? Yeah. So as they come forward ready to receive our offering, I invite you to take a breath. Know that you are light and love. Know that all that shows up in your life is an expression of the light that you are. And as you hold your offering or gifts this morning, whether you're giving physically today or whether you're holding it in your heart, knowing that you give in other ways, know that you are blessed. Blessed by the receiving, blessed by the giving. And we are so grateful, and so it is together, and so it is.
Winter's here, it's the time of year where we celebrate the season. Family and friends, well, the joy never ends. Our connection is the reason.
Be the light. So I invite you to stand if you're willing and able. And once again, just breathe into the light that you are, knowing that that light shines brightly in and through you, knowing that the light shows up with every thought, every word, every movement. And we are so blessed by the light that shows up through these gifts and offerings this morning. We receive them with love, and we share them with love, and we are so grateful. And so let us claim together, and so it is. So thank you again for being here this morning. As the song said, go out and be the light. Really claim that you are the light of the world as we sing together.